kind of skip through that. Hi YouTube. Who knows if this is going to YouTube? I mean, I like theoretically it should, but sometimes I don't bother. Uh, yeah, there's a lot of okay. Here we go. Here we go. We're at the battlegrounds update. So first things first, hero armor changes. Following heroes have less armor. Additions near armor tier 2. That's fair, right? These heroes summon a lot of units, so tend to do well with summon synergies. They've added a little bit more event synergy, summon synergy in the game. Makes sense to nerf them a little bit. And the following have more armor. So Pyramid got moved to armor tier 3. So this is update from the nerf. So they did nerf it, right, making it scale a little bit slower. And it seems like they need some armor to adjust that. And then Savant's Windrunner is just not really a good hero. So definitely understand them buffing this one. I wouldn't mind to see a bigger buff or anything, but this hero is not particularly that good. Next we have Thorn Captain. So Thorn Captain was the Quillbore 1-drop. It starts as a 4/1, and then every time you add a card, it gains 1 health until next turn. It it's like not that great in terms of like how good it is. It's okay early, but then you're never really keeping it. It doesn't have any real scaling potential. So you know what I wouldn't mind if it's golden. It still gains 1 health, but the health is permanent, right? So now you can like actually start scaling it permanently with this card. Maybe it'd be too good, right? Because I can see you just staying on one, right, and just running all like 50 Thorn Captains. So maybe that's already a problem, but it doesn't do anything right now. Um, Eternal Knight's losing 1 attack. Really, that's it? That's so negligible. Especially with a new Burek. I mean, I guess we have to read the whole thing, but this doesn't seem that important at all. Ghoul of Feast. Okay, so you're nerfing Ghoul of Feast. This is exactly what I would have suggested. And I still think it's too good. So, um, this card's very strong, very broken. This is the change I would suggest, but I still would look at it and see if it needs another nerf. You're getting 6 health on the Puffer Core. I'm okay with that, right? This card wasn't seeing a lot of play, especially with the Undead, so giving it a little bit of a buff seems good to me. Rip Snell Captain, you're buffing Rip Snell. Yeah, no one was using this card. I do agree. This card no one was touching. Especially with the nerf to like Eliza Exodia Pirates. No one really wanted to play this, so I can definitely see a buff for this. The problem with this buff is that now if you get 2 of them, it's gonna be so toxic, right? Like that was already a problem, but now it's gonna be even more uh evident where if people get 2 of them and they play them, right, you're just dealing 15 to people because they can't kill a single minion. So that's really the biggest issue with this card design wise, where if you do play with this card and you are strong, you're always dealing max damage to people. So it's a hard card to really feel good about. Either it's too weak or you buff it and now your opponents can't kill a minion, so you're always dealing 15. Uh, Ooh, they're making Master of Realities a tier 4 minion. That doesn't seem healthy to me. This seems really. This seems not healthy. This seems like it's gonna be a problem. I don't know if I like this. Magma Lock scoring a 5. Is that true? Okay. So Magma Lock scoring a 5. So Magma Lock's becoming the Master of Realities. Maybe that'll be fine. Maybe that'll be fine. This card is definitely a tier 5 worthy card. It's too good. The problem though is like so heroes like what's that one card? What's that one hero? The one that summons amalgam. that hero is gonna be a lot better, right? Because this is on 4. So if you get this on 4 with Peggy, right, it's just insane. And you don't even have to leave tier 4. You can just run that in Peggy and Ball of Minions, right? So you basically get your comp already. So that's gonna be pretty curated. That's gonna be pretty toxic. I don't know if I'm not sure this is a good idea. Honestly, I'm just looking at this. This doesn't really look like a good idea to me, but we'll have to see. Um. So yeah, this card is way too strong. What are they doing? They're moving it to tier 4, so that's already bad news. And then they're making it 1 attack, so they're nerfing it to 1 attack. Hmm. That's still kind of. I would rather have this still on tier 5. Honestly, like I don't think you need to nerf it to buff it to tier 4. Um, I don't think I like this change. I think this is still too problematic. I would keep it tier 5. I would keep it tier 5. I think it's still like tier 5's disability is still very strong. So I don't like this change. Magma Lock's definitely too strong, so I can see this. Soul Splitter, tier 5. I can see this. I'm still down to remove the Reborn from this card. I'm still down for that, but tier 5 is a start. Um, +2/+2 is fine. This card isn't seeing any play with all the undead, so I can see that. Cyborg Drake, you're giving it 10 health, but you're nerfing the attack. So it starts out as a 10/10. That's still pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean, this card's still good. This is laughable. Yeah, this is a laughable change, but okay. Toxfin to tier 5. This makes sense. I mean, I knew they were gonna do that. Um, they're bringing Greasewad back. Lol. That's hilarious. They're bringing it back, but that's because undeads are so strong right now. Oh, but it doesn't have Divine Shield. Oh, then who cares? Never mind. Who cares? It doesn't have Divine Shield, so it doesn't matter. Give your minions 2 attack instead of 3 attack. Sure, it's still playable. It's definitely not as playable for sure, but it's still playable. And you're getting 1+1/+2. Yeah, this needed to happen for sure. 6 attack, 1 health. It has Reborn. Death Rattle, summon 1 Eternal Knight. Hmm. 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 I'm not sure about this one. It's better golden. I think golden it's better, but not golden it's worse. So, hmm. The thing is, this buffs sister. It does buff sister. It also means that you're not gonna randomly hit this card when you're playing the Nubarak or the Soul Splitter. Honestly, this could end up being better for it. Oh, okay. This is also for Putricide. If Eternal Summoner is picked as a first pick, you can no longer be offered Reborn or Poisonous Minion. I still think Putricide's too strong though. Putricide is still too good if you can make it to tier 6 without dying. What time does patch notes hit? They usually hit like on the hour. So the next hour would be my guess. So in like 30 minutes or so, that's usually when it hits. Did they buff Magma Lock? No, they nerfed Magma Lock. They moved it to tier 5. Uh, but they did move Master Reality as tier 4, so that's gonna be interesting. Hmm. Well, these are some changes. Is it enough changes to change your game plan of like playing undeads? I don't think so. I don't think this really changes. Like, I guess the main thing is like this a new brag change. We have to see how relevant it is, but I think like more people are going to be able to find the Anubrax. So even if the scaling's slower, you need a Titus, right? So basically, you just need Titus on your board now, and you're still okay. Right, Titus plus Soul Splitter, and you're still getting 4 a turn, which is pretty insane. So I don't think you're gonna. It's like you're gonna like undeads are not gonna be played. I still think undeads are gonna be played. So like this Blanchy change doesn't matter. This change also doesn't really matter because of undead's dominance. This change doesn't matter. This change might matter a little bit. In the early mid game, this change will matter for sure. This change also matters for sure. So there's a couple of changes that matter. A couple that don't, but Soul Splitter to tier 5 is also pretty important. So there's a couple of things to look out for. It means that the players that hit Soul Splitter are going to be really happy, and the players that don't are going to be pretty sad. So it's maybe more you. I guess you have to be a little bit more flexible in your hits, right? Because Soul Splitter might be your more defining card now, where it used to be a Nubrak, now it's probably not a Nubrak. Since it's gonna be so common, so yeah, definitely some changes. Meta will change a little bit, but I don't think you're gonna see like randomly demons now meta or randomly pirates that are not like Hogger infinite pirates meta. Like I still think undeads are gonna do a lot of work. It's just that maybe they won't feel as good, and there's like less of a high roll, right? Because now you don't have the Eternal Summoner Reborn Omega high roll that used to dominate things. So hopefully we'll see. We'll see how it goes.